Datta, Sri Guru Datta, Jai Guru 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 Datta, Sri Guru Datta.
Shri Ganeshaya Namaha, Shri Saraswatyai Namaha, Shri Padavallabha Narasimha Saraswati, Shri Guru Dattatreya Namaha, Shri Ganapati Satchidananda Sadgurubhyo Namo Namaha, Harihi Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namo Hanumate Namaha. Jai Guru Datta and welcome to Datta Arpanam with your host Rishi Nirvan Barup
and Ravita Singh. Jai Guru Datta, Swagatam, and thank you for tuning in to Datta Arpanam, a showcase of the life, music and teachings of His Holiness Paramapujya Dr. Shri 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 Ganapati Satchidananda Datta Ji of Avadhuta Dattapitam in Mysuru. Today's program begins with the offering of pranams, gratitude, and this invocation prayer at the sacred feet of beloved Sadgurudeva, Pujya Shri Datta Ji, as this program, possible only through His divine grace, is offered to him. Please join his second in command, Pujya Shri 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 Datta Vijayananda Tirtha Swamiji, now in worship.
Shri Ganeshaya Namaha, Shri Saraswatyai Namaha, Shri Padavallabha Narasimha Saraswati, Shri Guru Dattatreya Namaha, Shri Ganapati Satchidananda Sadgurubhyo Namaha. Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gururdevo Maheshwara, Guru Sakshat Param Brahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Shri Bhuyuta Shri Hari Chinnhitabhyam Agastya Rekhadi Bhiranchitabhyam Nigodha Bijakshara Mudritabhyam Namo Namah Sadguru Padukabhyam. Ganapati Gurumekam Satchidanandarupam Vibhudharivahasevyam Yogamargadhirudham Sharanamupagatanaamarti Sanghadrivajram Mama Hridaya Nivasam Bhaktinamro Namami, Bhaktinamro Namami.
Once again everyone, Swagatam, and thank you for tuning in to this morning's episode of Datta Arpanam. Today's program is being brought to you through the kind courtesy of Ramlal Educational Institute of number 12 Exchange Lots Couva, Bellini's Drug Mart Limited of 58 to 60 Sutton Street, San Fernando, Debe Supermart Limited of 182 SS Aaron Road, Debe, and Koke Supermart Limited of 14 Naparima Mayaro Road, San Fernando.
As was mentioned a couple of weeks ago on Datta Arpanam, in the run-up to Pujya Dattaji's arrival into Trinidad on June 23, 2026, each week attempts are being made to use different avenues to help you to get a better understanding of who Pujya Dattaji is. Today, that theme continues, and it continues by looking at a very important teaching given by Mata Jayalakshmi to her son and sadhaka Satyanarayana, as Pujya Dattaji was called in his Purvashrama days.
And while, yes, Amma was teaching her young sadhaka, in those settings, Pujya Dattaji also served as an instrument of sorts. He served as a medium to ensure that Amma's lessons were delivered to all of us. It is akin to the lessons taught by Sri Krishna to Arjuna on the battlefield of Kurukshetra. Those lessons were not intended to be only for Arjuna, but they were intended for all of us.
We do not know the full extent of the lessons taught to Pujya Dattaji by Mata Jayalakshmi. But what we can be certain of is that when Pujya Dattaji shares these lessons with us, he is doing so for our benefit. His Ashtottara, or the 108 names used to glorify him, reminds us of this when it worships him with the mantra Shri Bhakta Nana Kashta Nivarakaya Namaha, meaning prostrations to the one who prevents the difficulties of devotees.
And devotees, innumerable are the means by which Pujya Dattaji accomplishes this. No matter the age of a devotee, the gender of a devotee, the caste of a devotee, the financial standing of a devotee, no matter what, Pujya Dattaji uses countless different approaches to protect devotees from difficulties.
Sometimes a devotee may go to him with a specific family problem, for example. Maybe a child left home on bad terms, and the parent may want that child to come home. Pujya Dattaji, being told the problem, may simply say, chant Hanuman Chalisa. And the person may think, how is that going to mend the relationship with my estranged child? How is that going to bring my child home? But everyone, Pujya Dattaji knows what he is doing, and he knows why he is doing it. All we have to do is have faith in him. And when we do, everything, and I mean everything that life throws at us somehow becomes bearable.
Take for example Pujya Dattaji's bhajan compositions. They number in the thousands. Thousands of bhajans composed, not to sell albums or to get name and fame, but thousands of bhajans composed with the goal of uplifting us. You've heard it mentioned many times on Datta Arpanam that during this age of Kali, Divya Nama Sankirtana is the easiest and most guaranteed way to achieve moksha or liberation.
Knowing that our minds are fickle, today we like something but tomorrow we want something else, and knowing that different persons have different affinities for different forms of God, different styles of music, different tempos, even different language preferences for the bhajans they sing, Pujya Dattaji has gifted us with a compendium of bhajans.
Actually, before continuing today's study of Pujya Dattaji, let us listen to and join in singing one of his uplifting bhajan compositions. Please open the Bhajanmala app or visit the website www.bhajanmala.com. Enter bhajan ID number 52 and join in worshipping Lord Ganapati.
గణగణమునకు పతి అయిన గణపతి దొరకు జయం జయం. గణగణమునకు పతి అయిన గణపతి దొరకు జయం జయం.
గణగణమునకు పతి అయిన గణపతి దొరకు జయం జయం.
గణగణమునకు పతి అయిన గణపతి దొరకు జయం జయం.
గణగణమునకు పతి అయిన గణపతి దొరకు జయం జయం.
గణపతి దొరకు జయం జయం.
గణపతి దొరకు జయం జయం.
గణం గణం బీజగమె గణం అణువుల జీవుల గణం గణం.
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 గణగణమునకు పతి అయిన గణపతి దొరకు జయం జయం.
గణగణమునకు పతి అయిన గణపతి దొరకు జయం జయం.
మూలాధారము జీవగణం
మూలాధారము జీవగణం.
స్వాధిష్టానము సస్యగణం.
స్వాధిష్టానము సస్యగణం.
మణిపూరము సంపదల గణం.
మణిపూరము సంపదల గణం.
అనాగతం బది వాయుగణం.
అనాహతం బది వాయుగణం.
గణగణమునకు పతి అయిన గణపతి దొరకు జయం జయం.
గణగణమునకు పతి అయిన గణపతి దొరకు జయం జయం.
విశుద్ధమనగా విబుధగణం.
విశుద్ధమనగా విబుధగణం.
ఆజ్ఞాచక్రము శక్తిగణం.
ఆజ్ఞాచక్రము శక్తిగణం.
సహస్రపద్మము తత్వగణం.
సహస్రపద్మము తత్వగణం.
ఇకపై మిగిలినదేమి గణం.
ఇకపై మిగిలినదేమి గణం.
గణగణమునకు పతి అయిన గణపతి దొరకు జయం జయం.
గణగణమునకు పతి అయిన గణపతి దొరకు జయం జయం.
గోళాలన్నీ అణుగణము.
గోళాలన్నీ అణుగణము.
ఆకాశమంతా లోకగణం.
ఆకాశమంతా లోకగణం.
ఈ గణపతి గణమణి ద్రుణిలో
ఈ గణపతి గణమణి గృణిలో.
సచ్చిదానందుని గుణమగుణం.
సచ్చిదానందుని గుణమగుణం.
గణగణమునకు పతి అయిన గణపతి దొరకు జయం జయం.
గణగణమునకు పతి అయిన గణపతి దొరకు జయం జయం.
గణగణమునకు పతి అయిన గణపతి దొరకు జయం జయం.
గణగణమునకు పతి అయిన
గణపతి దొరకు జయం జయం
గణపతి దొరకు జయం జయం
జయం జయం
జయం జయం
జయం జయం జయం గణపతి దొరకు జయం జయం గణపతి దొరకు జయం జయం గణపతి దొరకు జయం జయం గణపతి దొరకు జయం జయం.
A gift given by the present day Avadhuta, the present day incarnation of the aspect of Lord Dattatreya, Paramapujya Sri Ganapati Satchidananda Dattaji. You are listening to Datta Arpanam on 103.1 FM. Thank you for tuning in to this morning's hour of contemplation, which is coming to you through the grace of Pujya Sri Dattaji, and thanks to the sponsorship by Ramlal Educational Institute, Debe Supermart Limited, Valini's Drug Mart Limited, and Kokie Supermart Limited. As promised, today you will hear of a very special lesson which was taught to Pujya Dattaji by his mother and guru, Mata Jayalakshmi. This lesson was taught to him when he was a very young child, but regardless of one's age, it is a lesson which is truly valuable in our spiritual journey.
To help get her message across to her son and sadhaka, Mata Jayalakshmi used the example of a soldier who is standing at the top of a fort, looking out for any possible enemy movements outside of the compound. The soldier's sole fixation is to protect the king inside the compound.
Amma went on to explain that the soldier is constantly exposed to danger. But to be successful in his mission, he must always remember that his only duty is to protect the king inside from the enemy who might come in any disguise. The soldier will fail in his mission if he gets trapped by the trickeries of the enemy.
Like the soldier, the mind is exposed to dangers lurking outside.
What dangers, you may ask? Well, the dangers of sensual pleasures. Desire, everyone. Desire is the cause of our spiritual downfall. Because if we get what we desire, then we either become attached to that object or person, etc., or we now want something new.
And if we don't get what we desired, then we become angry. But either way, the attachment, the new desire, the anger, they all pull us down the spiritual ladder. That is why in Shloka 37 of chapter 3 of Bhagavad Gita, Sri Krishna described desire as being Vairinam, the greatest enemy.
But remember, when Mata Jayalakshmi was telling this analogy of the soldier, Satyanarayana was a little boy. So, knowing the divinity of her son and sadhaka, and encouraging him, Mata Jayalakshmi told Satyanarayana that he had within him the inherent capacity of a brave soldier. She told him to stabilize his position to ensure that he guarded the Lord inside.
Listeners, imagine you have a pure gold bracelet. If you remove the gold, then there's no bracelet left, is there? So too, we are nothing without that divine soul or the Atma or the Lord who sustains us. So we must do what we can to protect it.
But if the soul can neither be created nor destroyed, then what are we protecting? Well, we are protecting that soul from that which will block us from truly knowing it. As Sri Krishna said in Shloka 40 of chapter 3 of Srimad Bhagavad Gita,
Indriyani mano buddhihi asyadhisthanamuchyate etar vimohayatyeshaha jnanamavritya dehinam.
Here, the Lord taught the same lesson which Mata Jayalakshmi was trying to teach young Satyanarayana. Sri Krishna said, Arjuna, your enemy does not reside externally, but within your body itself. The mind, intellect, and senses are within the body. The enemy called desire transforms them into its fort, and while living in them, through them, completely envelops your wisdom and throws you into total delusion.
Listeners, moksha is nothing but true realization of the self. It is experiencing the oneness between the Supreme Soul or Paramatma and the individual soul or Jivatma. But this realization can only happen with jnana or knowledge. So, if desire throws us into a state of delusion, then that knowledge remains out of our reach, and as a result, so does moksha.
For a mind to be eligible for Atma Jnana or knowledge of the self, purity of mind is a key requisite, and a very powerful tool for purifying one's mind is selfless worship. Listeners, God created us. God sustains us. God will take us back to Him when the time is right. There is nothing that God does not know, which means that anything that we need, He already knows about it. So we do not need to ask Him for a new job or a new house or a new baby in the family. If we simply get in the habit of engaging in worship without seeking a reward of any sort, then we are actively making efforts to purify our minds.
Let us put this lesson into practice right now as we join in singing today's Devi Bhajan. You can find the words to this bhajan by entering bhajan ID number 2253.
Shri Devi Bhagavate Bahurupai Rabi Vinuta
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 Hrudi Kalage Muni Viditam Shiva Vanitam Shri Lalitam
Hrudi Kalage Muni Vinutam Shiva Vanitam Shri Lalitam
Hrudi Kalage Muni Viditam Shiva Vanitam Shri Lalitam
Hrudi Kalage Muni Viditam Shiva Vanitam Shri Lalitam Shri Devi Bhagavate Bahurupai Rabi Vinuta Shri Devi Bhagavate Bahurupai Rabi Vinuta
Yuti Ruchiram Giri Madhura
Dyuti Ruchiram Giri Madhura
Shiva Sukaram Vidruta Sharam
Shiva Sukaram Vidruta Sharam
Ati Vimalam Hrudi Mrudulam
Ati Vimalam Hrudi Mrudulam
Chiti Sakalam Dili Saralam
Chiti Sakalam Visarala
Shri Devi
Bhagavate Bahurupai Rabi Vinuta Shri Devi Bhagavate Bahurupai Rabi Vinuta
Dita Danujam Uttava Pujam
Chita जितदनुजाम् उत वहजाम्
जितदनुजाम् उत वगजाम्
जितदनुजाम् उत वहजाम्
गतरुजाम् प्रियमनुजाम्
विगतरुजाम् प्रियमनुजाम्
विगतरुजाम् प्रियमनुजाम्
विगतरुजाम् प्रियमनुजाम्
गुरु सच्चिदानन्दमताम्
गुरु सच्चिदानन्दमताम्
षट्कमलो परिलसिताम्
षट्कमलो परिलसिताम् श्रीदेवी भागवते बहुरूपै रविविनुता श्रीदेवी भागवते बहुरूपै रविविनुता हृदि कलये मुनिविनुता शिववनिता श्रीललिता
श्रीदेवी भागवते बहुरूपै रविविनुताम्
श्रीदेवी भागवते बहुरूपै रविविनुता
What a beautiful bhajan! And you heard it right here on Datta Arpanam. Thank you for tuning in to this hour-long devotional satsanga, which is coming to you on 103.1 FM through the grace of the one who composed and rendered that bhajan, Paramapujya Sri Ganapati Satchidananda Datta Ji, and thanks to the sponsorship by Ramlal Educational Institute, Debe Supermart Limited, Valini's Drug Mart Limited, and Kokie Supermart Limited. Today, a very important lesson taught to Pujya Datta Ji by his own guru is being shared.
Already you heard that as a child, Pujya Datta Ji was cautioned to be on the lookout for the enemy called desire, and to take a strong stance against that enemy. And while Mata Jayalakshmi taught this lesson by leading with the analogy of the soldier protecting the king, so important was this lesson that she then used another example to help to drive the message home.
Amma explained to Satyanarayana that the Pandit or the priest in the temple is the one who is nearest to the deity in the inner sanctum. But the Pandit is also the one who is close to the devotees, who, having come to offer their worship, are on the other side. The Pandit is conducting the rituals on behalf of the devotees, and so the worship he performs is the worship of the devotees. This, she said, is a rule which the priest or Pandit should always remember. With every single breath that he takes, he must keep this rule in mind.
In other words, listeners, the Pandit's duty is to offer worship on behalf of the devotees. Just because he is the one in the inner sanctum and he is the one performing the ritual, he should not feel that the fruits of that ritual are due to come to him. Put another way, it amounts to duty-bound, selfless service.
Through these two stories, if you like, Mata Jayalakshmi was teaching Satyanarayana to always remember his true nature and to carry out his duty to his devotees.
And listeners, these are lessons that we too should always remember.
And as you heard earlier, one of the tools we can use to help us to know our true nature is Divya Nama Sankirtanam. So, before sharing a short personal experience with you, let us join once again in singing of and to the Divine Guru. Please open the Bhajan Mala app or website once again, this time to Bhajan ID number 718, and join in worship.
Today you have been hearing about the hindrances to moksha and the steps to take to achieve moksha. But just like to get from Port of Spain to San Fernando, we need a vehicle, so too to shift our attention from the outside world to the inner soul or Atman, we need the help of Guru. This bhajan beautifully explains the role which Guru plays in us reaching that ultimate state of moksha. It says the Guru is a radiant light showing the seeker the path to the divine realm within.
The first charana goes on to say that the Guru is pure love. Through his compassion and guidance, he unites the devotee with Brahman. Here, Brahman refers to the Supreme Soul or Paramatma.
And then, showing us that in the spiritual path, the vehicle is also the destination, the second and third charanas say that being in the Guru's presence is to be in the presence of truth itself. All the Vedas declare that the Guru is the embodiment of that supreme truth. The Guru is the supreme Brahman who shines forth in all forms. That very absolute truth manifests itself as Lord Datta, appearing to devotees in the form of the Guru.
Listeners, whether Pujya Datta ji handpicked that bhajan for today's life history excerpt, or whether he handpicked today's life history excerpt for that bhajan, I cannot say. What I can say is that it is always so comforting and so amazing to feel his divine hand at play week after week on Datta Arpanam. As you heard earlier, there is nothing that we need to ask him. He is everywhere and knows everything. We just have to be confident that if he is the one holding the reins, our carriage will most definitely reach its destination.
Jai Guru Datta. Everyone, once again you can find the words to today's next moving bhajan by entering bhajan ID number 718 on the Bhajanmala app or website.
एक दीप है दिव्य धाम की काये गुरु एक दीप है दिव्य धाम की काये गुरु एक दीप है दिव्य धाम की काये दिव्य धाम की काये दिव्य धाम की काये सत्य है सब वेद गाये गुरु संग सत्य है सब वेद गाये सब वेद गाये सब वेद गाये दत्ता प्रभु पागे गुरु सर्वरूप है दत्ता प्रभु पागे दत्ता प्रभु पागे दत्ता प्रभु पागे दत्ता प्रभु पागे
गुरु एक दीप है दिव्य धाम दिखाए गुरु एक दीप है दिव्य धाम दिखाए 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 दिव्य धाम दिखाए
Parama Pujya Sri Ganapati Satchidananda Datta Ji, who composed and rendered that beautiful bhajan, has said that even if by chance we have to travel along a dark path, He will be the light for us there. He will come and bring His light.
What comforting words, especially when they were said by the one who is truth himself. You are listening to Datta Arpanam on 103.1 FM. Today you have been hearing that part of our spiritual journey involves detaching ourselves from the results of what we do and simply doing our duty as a form of service. Well, there's a story I'd like to share with you about a true experience which shows just how powerful dedication to duty can be. In 2019, Pujya Sri Datta Vijayananda Tirtha Swamiji visited Trinidad for Rama Navami and Hanuman Jayanti. On the day that he arrived, a large group of devotees gathered at the Sri Dattatreya Yoga Center in Karapi, Chaima to welcome him. And for anyone who has ever been to that ashrama, you will know that the road directly in front of the ashrama is a very short one. As the vehicle in which Sri Swamiji was traveling turned the corner onto that road, it became very apparent that he was close by because devotees started running out onto the side of the road, eagerly awaiting their first glimpse of Sri Swamiji on that evening. The festivities were being aired live on radio, and I was blessed with the opportunity to host that radio program. However, seeing everyone running out of the ashram compound to get their first glimpse of Sri Swamiji, I couldn't help but wish that I too could go out there and see him. But something gave me courage to stay put and perform the duty which I had been assigned. What was that source of courage? Well, one of the events which was scheduled to take place during Sri Swamiji's visit was the Hanuman Day of Prayer at the feet of the 85-foot Lord Hanuman Murti. During that Hanuman Day of Prayer, multiple pujas were going to be performed and devotees would have the opportunity to personally participate in the pujas. And at one of the meetings which was held in preparation for this event, one of the organizers, Pandit Ganesh Maharaj, had delivered a very powerful message. Standing before all organizers and volunteers who were present, he said that on the Hanuman Day of Prayer, our seva would be our puja, meaning don't rush to sit for puja because we had a different duty to perform on that day. Our worship would be in the form of our seva. So, as I stood waiting for Sri Swamiji to arrive at the ashrama that first evening, while listening to the bhajan group beautifully sing bhajans to welcome him, I mentally kept telling myself, your seva is your puja, your seva is your puja. My seva on that day being to host the radio program. After a few minutes of mentally chanting this like if it was a mantra, the car in which Sri Swamiji was traveling came within view. It entered the ashrama compound and Sri Swamiji, surrounded by devotees, emerged from the vehicle. After offering pranams to Lord Hanuman, he started making his way into the ashrama. Only, before he could enter the ashrama, it was as if he had a thought of, "Oh, wait, hold on, I have something to do." And I say this because he suddenly diverted and came and stood directly in front of me. I had the best view that I could have. I was not seeing him from a distance. I was not seeing him through the window of a car. He was standing directly in front of me. And as if that was not a blessing enough, he then looked around, making direct eye contact with me as he surveyed those near microphones and asked, "Who was announcing?" I was blown away by his compassion. Speechless, which I hardly ever am, I shyly lifted my hand like a school kid. To this day, I have no doubt that by diverting his brisk stride from the direction of the ashrama building to where I was standing, by coming and standing directly in front of me and asking a question which directly pertained to me, to this day I firmly believe that these were all his way of blessing me with prasadam from the puja known as seva, the puja known as duty. Now, perhaps it is a bit egoistic of me to think of in that way, because thinking of in that way assumes that I did something to earn his compassion, when the truth is that he is compassion incarnate. But still, listeners, careful consideration was given before sharing this story on air today, because by no means was it intended to suggest that I have mastered dedication to duty. It was shared to show how very simple efforts to perform our duty, efforts which we may not even think matter, even such simple efforts do not go unnoticed by God or by Guru.
Pujya Datta ji and Sri Swami ji are beacons of light, guiding us at every step. Let us try our very best to never stray from the path illumined by them. We may not always understand why we have to do something, but that's okay. It is enough to do it because Datta ji said to do it. If we adopt this approach, we will never go astray.
And one instruction which Pujya Datta ji has been repeatedly stressing is that we must all chant at least one chapter of Bhagavad Gita daily. So everyone, please open the Bhajan Mala app or website to Stotra ID number 2283 and join in chanting the beautiful 11th chapter of Bhagavad Gita. In this chapter, Arjuna is blessed with seeing the Vishwarupa form or the universal form of the Lord. It is a very beautiful chapter, so please chant along.
अथ एकादशोऽध्यायः विश्वरूपसन्दर्शनयोगः। अर्जुन उवाच मदनुग्रहाय परमम् गुह्यमध्यात्मसंज्ञितम् यत्त्वयोक्तं वचस्तेन मोहोऽयं विगतो मम भवाप्ययौ हि भूतानां श्रुतौ विस्तरशो मया त्वत्तः कमलपत्राक्ष माहात्म्यमपि चाव्ययम् एवमेतद्यथार्थत्वम् आत्मानं परमेश्वर द्रष्टुमिच्छामि ते रूपम् ऐश्वरं पुरुषोत्तम मन्यसे यदि तच्छक्यं मया द्रष्टुमिति प्रभो योगेश्वर ततो मे त्वं दर्शयात्मानमव्ययम्। श्रीभगवानुवाच पश्य मे पार्थरूपाणि शतशोथसहस्रशः नानाविधानि दिव्यानि नानावर्णाकृतीनि च पश्यादित्यान् वसून् रुद्रान् अश्विनौ मरुतस्तथा बहून्यदृष्टपूर्वाणि पश्याश्चर्याणि भारत इहैकस्थं जगत्कृत्स्नं पश्याद्य सचराचरम् मम देहे गुडाकेश यच्चान्यद्द्रष्टुमिच्छसि न तु मां शक्यसे द्रष्टुम् अनेनैव स्वचक्षुषा दिव्यं ददामि ते चक्षुः पश्य मे योगमैश्वरम्। सञ्जय उवाच एवमुक्त्वा ततो राजन् महायोगेश्वरो हरिः दर्शयामास पार्थाय परमं रूपमैश्वरम् अनेकवक्त्रनयनम् अनेकाद्भुतदर्शनम् अनेकदिव्याभरणम् दिव्यानेकोद्यतायुधम् दिव्यमाल्याम्बरधरम् दिव्यगन्धानुलेपनम् सर्वाश्चर्यमयम् देवम् अनन्तम् विश्वतोमुखम् दिवि सूर्यसहस्रस्य भवेद्युगपदुत्थिता यदि भासदृशी सा स्यात् भासस्तस्य महात्मनः तत्रैकस्थम् जगत्कृत्स्नम् प्रविभक्तमनेकधा अपश्यद्येव देवस्य शरीरे पाण्डवस्तदा ततः स विस्मयाविष्टः हृष्टरोमा धनञ्जयः प्रणम्य शिरसा देवम् कृताञ्जलिरभाषत अर्जुन उवाच पश्यामि देवांस्तव देवदेहे सर्वांस्तथा भूतविशेषसङ्घान् ब्रह्माणमीशं कमलासनस्थम् ऋषींश्च सर्वानुरगांश्च दिव्यान् अनेकबाहूदरवक्त्रनेत्रम् पश्यामि त्वा सर्वतोऽनन्तरूपम् नान्तम् न मध्यम् न पुनस्तवादिम् पश्यामि विश्वेश्वर विश्वरूप किरीटिनम् गदिनम् चक्रिणम् च तेजोराशिं सर्वतो दीप्तिमन्तम् पश्यामि त्वाम् दुर्निरीक्ष्यम् समन्तात् दीप्तानलार्कद्युतिमप्रमेयम् त्वमक्षरम् परमम् वेदितव्यम् त्वमस्य विश्वस्य परम् निधानम् त्वमव्ययः शाश्वतधर्मगोप्ता सनातनस्त्वम् पुरुषो मतो मे अनादिमध्यान्तमनन्तवीर्यम् अनन्तबाहुम् शशिसूर्यनेत्रम् पश्यामि त्वाम् दीप्तहुताशवक्त्रम् स्वतेजसा विश्वमिदम् तपन्तम् द्यावा पृथिव्योरिदमन्तरम् हि व्याप्तम् त्वयैकेन दिशश्च सर्वाः दृष्ट्वाद्भुतम् रूपमिदम् तवोग्रम् लोकत्रयम् प्रव्यथितम् महात्मन् अमीहित्वा सुरसङ्घा विशन्ति केचिद्भीताः प्राञ्जलयो गृणन्ति स्वस्तीत्युक्त्वा महर्षि सिद्धसङ्घाः स्तुवन्ति त्वाम् स्तुतिभिः पुष्कलाभिः रुद्रादित्या वसवो ये च साध्याः विश्वेश्विनौ मरुतश्चोष्मपाश्च गन्धर्वयक्षासुरसिद्धसङ्घाः वीक्षन्ते त्वाम् विस्मिताश्चैव सर्वे रूपम् महत्ते बहुवक्त्रनेत्रम् महाबाहो बहुबाहूरुपादम् बहूदरम् बहुदंष्ट्राकराळम् दृष्ट्वा लोकाः प्रव्यथितास्तथाहम् नभस्पृशम् दीप्तमनेकवर्णम् व्यात्ताननम् दीप्तविशालनेत्रम् दृष्ट्वा हि त्वाम् प्रव्यथितान्तरात्मा धृतिम् न विन्दामि शमम् च विष्णो दंष्ट्राकराळानि च ते मुखानि दृष्ट्वैव कालानलसन्निभानि दिशो न जाने न लभे च शर्म प्रसीद देवेश जगन्निवास अमी च त्वाम् धृतराष्ट्रस्य पुत्राः सर्वे सहैवावनिपालसङ्घैः भीष्मो द्रोणः सूतपुत्रस्तथासौ सहास्मदीयैरपि योधमुख्यैः वक्त्राणि ते त्वरमाणा विशन्ति दंष्ट्राकराळानि भयानकानि केचिद्विलग्ना दशनान्तरेषु सन्दृश्यन्ते चूर्णितैरुत्तमाङ्गैः यथा नदीनाम् बहवोऽम्बुवेगाः समुद्रमेवाभिमुखा द्रवन्ति तथा तवामी नरलोकवीराः विशन्ति वक्त्राण्यभिविज्वलन्ति यथा प्रदीप्तम् ज्वलनम् पतङ्गाः विशन्ति नाशाय समृद्धवेगाः तथैव नाशाय विशन्ति लोकाः तवापि वक्त्राणि समृद्धवेगाः लेलिह्यसेग्रसमानः समन्तात् लोकान् समग्रान् वदनैर्ज्वलद्भिः तेजोभिरापूर्य जगत्समग्रम् भासस्तवोग्राः प्रतपन्ति विष्णो आख्याहि मे को भवानुग्ररूपः नमोऽस्तु ते देव वरप्रसीद विज्ञातुमिच्छामि भवन्तमाद्यम् न हि प्रजानामि तव प्रवृत्तिम्। श्रीभगवानुवाच कालोऽस्मि लोकक्षयकृत् प्रवृद्धः लोकान् समाहर्तुमिह प्रवृत्तः ऋते पीत्वा न भविष्यन्ति सर्वे एव स्थिताः प्रत्यनीकेषु योधाः तस्मात् त्वमुत्तिष्ठ यशो लभस्व जित्वा शत्रून् भुङ्क्ष्व राज्यं समृद्धम् मयैवैते निहताः पूर्वमेव निमित्तमात्रं भव सव्यसाचिन् द्रोणं च भीष्मं च जयद्रथं च कर्णं तथा न्यानपि योधवीरान् मया हतांस्त्वं जहिमा व्यतिष्ठाः युध्यस्व जेतासि रणे सपत्नान्। सञ्जय उवाच एतच्छ्रुत्वा वचनं केशवस्य कृताञ्जलिर्वेपमानः किरीटी नमस्कृत्वा भूय एवाह कृष्णं सगद्गदं भीतः प्रणम्य अर्जुन उवाच स्थाने हृषीकेश तव प्रकीर्त्या जगत्प्रहृष्यत्यनुरज्यते च रक्षांसि भीतानि दिशो द्रवन्ति सर्वे नमस्यन्ति च सिद्धसङ्घाः कस्माच्च तेन न मेरन्महात्मन् गरीयसे ब्रह्मणोऽप्यादिकर्त्रे अनन्तदेवेश जगन्निवास त्वमक्षरं सदसत्तत्परं यत् त्वमादिदेवः पुरुषः पुराणः त्वमस्य विश्वस्य परं निधानम् वेत्तासि वेद्यं च परं च धाम त्वया ततं विश्वमनन्तरूप वायुर्यमोऽग्निर्वरुणः शशाङ्कः प्रजापतिस्त्वं प्रपितामहश्च नमो नमस्तेऽस्तु सहस्रकृत्वः पुनश्च भूयोऽपि नमो नमस्ते नमः पुरस्तादथ पृष्ठतस्ते नमोऽस्तु ते सर्वत एव सर्व अनन्तवीर्यामितविक्रमस्त्वं सर्वं समाप्नोषि ततोऽसि सर्वः सखेति मत्वा प्रसभं यदुक्तं हे कृष्ण हे यादव हे सखेति अजानता महिमानन्तवेदं मया प्रमादात् प्रणयेन वापि यच्चापहासार्थमसत्कृतोऽसि विहारशय्यासनभोजनेषु एकोत्थवाप्यच्युत तत्समक्षं तत्क्षामये त्वामहमप्रमेयम् पितासि लोकस्य चराचरस्य त्वमस्य पूज्यश्च गुरुर्गरीयान् न त्वत्समोऽस्त्यभ्यधिकः कुतोऽन्यः लोकत्रयेऽप्यप्रतिमप्रभाव तस्मात् प्रणम्य प्रणिधाय कायं प्रसादये त्वामघमीशमीड्यम् पितेव पुत्रस्य सखेव सख्युः प्रियः प्रियायार्हसि देव सोढुम् अदृष्टपूर्वं हर्षितोऽस्मि दृष्ट्वा भयेन च प्रव्यथितं मनो मे तदेव मे दर्शय देवरूपं प्रसीद देवेश जगन्निवास किरीटिनं गदिनं चक्रहस्तम् इच्छामि त्वां द्रष्टुमहं तथैव तेनैव रूपेण चतुर्भुजेन सहस्रबाहो भव विश्वमूर्ते। श्रीभगवानुवाच मया प्रसन्नेन तवार्जुनेदं रूपं परं दर्शितमात्मयोगात् तेजोमयं विश्वमनन्तमाद्यं यन्मे त्वदन्येन न दृष्टपूर्वम् न वेदयज्ञाध्ययनैर्न दानैः न च क्रियाभिर्न तपोभिरुग्रैः एवं रूपः शक्य अहं नृलोके द्रष्टुं त्वदन्येन कुरु प्रवीर मा ते व्यथा मा च विमूढभावः दृष्ट्वा रूपं घोरमीदृङ्ममेदम् व्यपेतभिः प्रीतमनाः पुनस्त्वं तदेव मे रूपमिदं प्रपश्य सञ्जय उवाच इत्यर्जुनं वासुदेवस्ततोक्त्वा स्वकं रूपं दर्शयामास भूयः आश्वासयामास च भीतमेनं भूत्वा पुनः सौम्य वपुर्महात्मा अर्जुन उवाच दृष्ट्वेदं मानुषं रूपं तव सौम्यं जनार्दन इदानीमस्मि संवृत्तः सचेतः प्रकृतिं गतः श्रीभगवानुवाच सुदुर्दर्शमिदं रूपं दृष्टवानसि यन्मम देवा अप्यस्य रूपस्य नित्यं दर्शनकाङ्क्षिणः नाहं वेदैर्न तपसा न दानेन न चेज्यया शक्य एवं विधो द्रष्टुं दृष्टवानसि मां यथा भक्त्या त्वनन्यया शक्यः अहमेवं विधोऽर्जुन ज्ञातुं द्रष्टुं च तत्त्वेन प्रवेष्टुं च परन्तप मत्कर्म कृन्मत्परमः मद्भक्तः सङ्गवर्जितः निर्वैरः सर्वभूतेषु यः स मामेति पाण्डव इति श्रीमद्भगवद्गीतासु उपनिषत्सु ब्रह्मविद्यायां योगशास्त्रे श्रीकृष्णार्जुनसंवादे विश्वरूपसन्दर्शनयोगो नाम 11 सर्वधर्मान् परित्यज्य मामेकं शरणं व्रज अहं त्वा सर्वपापेभ्यः मोक्षयिष्यामि मा शुचः।
On that divine note, everyone, today's episode of Datta Arpanam now begins to draw to an end.
Pranams and gratitude are offered at the divine feet of beloved Sadgurudeva, Paramapujya Sri Ganapati Satchidananda Datta Ji and Sri Datta Vijayananda Tirtha Swami Ji, without whose teachings, compassion, love, guidance and music, this program would not exist.
Pranams to you, Puja Sri Datta Ji and Sri Swami Ji. Kindly forgive any errors which may have been committed in preparing or in sharing today's episode of Datta Arpanam, and please guide us to avoid such errors in the future.
Special thanks are extended to the staff at 103.1 FM and to the sponsors of Datta Arpanam, Valini's Drug Mart Limited, Ramlal Educational Institute, Debe Supermart Limited, and Kokie Supermart Limited. And of course, dear listener, an extra special thank you is extended to you for sharing this devotional hour with us.
If you would like to listen to today's program again, check out the Datta Arpanam Facebook page, where later this week the YouTube link for today's episode will be shared.
Once again, everyone, thank you for tuning in today. You are invited to please tune in to 103.1 FM again next Sunday at 6 a.m. Atlantic Standard Time for another episode of Datta Arpanam, a showcase of the life, music and teachings of His Holiness Paramapujya Sri Ganapati Satchidananda Datta Ji.
Jai Guru Datta.
Shri Guru Datta. Etat phalam Shri Sadguru Charanaravindarpanamastu. Harihi Om Tat Sat.
ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः हरिः ॐ तत्सत्।